Alright, greetings. Thank you for joining us for tonight's communication. Yeah, it's Art Bell. I'm still going to connect to that. I'll give voice more of my take on it. Let's see, what else do I have on that? Basically, let's see, for Art Bell, he only knew spiritually, I don't think he was fully aware of disconnections or what was going on. So, but that was the idea. The idea was like a messenger. It was like very similar to his audience, and that was the point of it, from what I'm getting. So, it's a lot more than that. I'm trying something new, so bear with me. Guess that's working. Okay, cool. All right. I'm on you now too, I think. So I'm not too sure. It's not showing anything in the stream, but okay. So yeah, so it's a weird with Art Bell. Let's see what else we have with him. I might be able to connect to his energy, possibly. He is wandering around, but I did feel him when I was talking about it earlier. I did feel him around, so we'll see. Let's see how far we can get with that. Let's see, but yeah, for those that are new to all of this, basically, we're going into a new frontier. Is basically spirituality is a way to connect to aliens, spirit guides, spirit worlds, etc., etc., and it's all within you. All this external stuff is great and everything, seeing a ship and is puzzling about it for 15-20 years. That's fine, but realize the answers are within all of us, as channeling, healing, intuition, psychic ability. Everybody has psychic abilities. I know that's a hard one for people. Use them all the time and they say they don't exist. I love it. Yeah, people use their intuition every single day, their psychic abilities, and then they say it doesn't exist. Is this a lost world or what? It is the most. It's really, well, we're disconnected from the Akashic records, or we're like one of the most amnesia planets in the universe. We're not the only one, but you know, we have extreme amnesia for sure. But that was the whole point. But during Atlantis, I did some channel text today. Of course, the whole thing at Art Bell happened, and all was like, oh, I can't think anymore. So I'm gonna try to remember what I got from the channel text today, and I'll be posting that sometime this week. But what I got from the channel text, I know I'm kind of jumping around a little bit, but what I got from the channel text also, let's see if I can remember. One moment. It's been a long day. Art Bell died, and we died yesterday, but still, it's funny how he died on Friday the 13th. How? Yeah, the spirit world is not operating with us at all. Trust me, it is. Oh yes, that's right. What I connected to was a species called the Quan, Q-U-A-N, Quan. From Sirius. They're not very friendly. And also I connected to a positive Sirian race. Notice that my lighting's changing again. The positive Sirian race was Law of One, which some of you have heard of before, which makes a lot of sense. So the Law of One is connected to Ra, of course, and Egypt, and Sirius plays a big role in Egypt. But to give you a quick connection to all of this, that goes into the Matrix, you can say also as part of the title of this. Mecca, what is a center point that controls the Arab world, which, now when I'm channeling this stuff, Mecca is not on my radar. I don't connect to Mecca very often. I saw the cube there when I was looking at cubes around the world, but I was doing the about these Syrians that are causing difficulties here. I forgot how I got into all this, but either way. And that's where Muhammad was born, or something like that, or what it had a lot to do with, as basically they're like refugees from Syria that got kicked out, but they took some females with them too from Syria, and they turned them into males. I know that sounds very bizarre, but basically the Syrians, as you can tell, many of the males on our world are very manipulated. As you can tell, the Arab world, they're not very nice to females over there, are they? No. Okay, I'm going to do a major spoiler on some of this text reading stuff, but screw it. It's free anyway, it doesn't matter. But, yeah, this is going to, this goes back to flying Jesus. This might freak out some people, but then again, maybe not. What I got, now let's understand this in the ancient times. Now those are familiar with the UFO information or alien. This is not a surprise at all. But basically, what was going on is that what I got as for the human here, us, they wanted to take the male. I have not shared this around with anybody because I have to get other people's point of views because it's messed up, but it makes sense. Basically they can manipulate the male, but the female was not working. The female was like, screw you guys, you guys are freaking nuts. So it's like, we can't have this. Women are beating the crap out of us. This isn't working. It's like, we're supposed to rule you people. The men are following us, the women are telling us to fuck off. So that's not right. We can't have this. So what they did, obviously they manipulated the male, and there's probably a lot more to it than that, but pretty much destroy the female. They're doing a pretty good job. But even now, you think by now that would be all healed, but apparently not. I think it's getting better in some areas. It's still pretty terrible. But what I received, yeah, this is the mind blower. Well, to some at least. What I got was the Syrians. These are the negative ones. Quan, which means all in China, which is weird. I got Quan. It's Q-U-A-N, not Q-U-O-N. Q-U-A-N. And this is in the channel text I got or wrote today. And basically they wanted to, the rule of the human race. They have their agendas. I didn't go to full details. There's only so much one can handle. I like it how I'm going different colors here again. Anyway, and what they're trying to do with the male was make the male they're going to work on the male so the male can have children. And who needs the female at all? Because the male is so good at being manipulated. Now, as you can see, that did not work out too well. I believe whatever test they did, or whoever it was, they erased it from history, or destroyed whatever. I imagine they did exist at one time somewhere. I don't know how well it was going, but I know that sounds a little out there. But then again, we have animals here that do it. Okay, we have seahorses that do it. Maybe that's about it. I think some frogs change sex. So I learned that from Jurassic Park. Yeah, it's the worst education ever. But it's actually good not to know anything. That way when I connect to this stuff, like Mecca, I don't know anything about Mecca. And then the channel makes like, man, that makes perfect sense. Mecca controls basically not all of the Arab world, but let me tell you, it plays a big role in it. There's Egypt does. Oh yeah, because they're doing a channeling on Syria. And that's where all this came out of. That's where that, yeah. So, I was wondering about Syria, so I did an alien connection, and there's going more either way. So, basically, there was alien wars and all that to go against that whole thing of males having babies and all that. I imagine that was... I imagine that was, understand, this is ancient times. So, I imagine all those males. But then again, I got like vague information after that. Like, it kind of like some humans are born disformed and all that has to do with our DNA being all screwed up and whatever it is. So, not to say that we're very successful with it in our race. I mean, I think they were created some. I don't think they got very far with it. Let's put it that way. Always from gathering with it. So there you go. But some of the Illuminati I picked up have that. They have all kinds of weirdness there. Not to say that's weird. To us it's weird. And also the channel text goes into... Now, yeah, it's like, it's, you know, on our world, as you can see, it is the way it is. But why not on other worlds? The males have babies, stay at home, and the mom does her thing, it works. And it actually, when you look at our society, go into more detail in the text, it makes a lot of sense why some females have the kids and can't connect to their kid at all. It's because they're used to going to work and doing their thing and never being around the kid. So the father is one that gets the attention with the kid, you know, and so that's why they have this kind of splits. And of course on other worlds they have all this weird, you know, everyone has this gender, da 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 da, you can switch around and do all kinds of stuff. It's just like having a car, drive on the right, you know, you have a steering wheel on the right side or on the left side or blah blah blah. Same thing. It's just, you know, so it makes a lot of sense proving all this, you know. I believe they erased any kind of proof of it, but either way. I know it sounds... Yeah, so basically they wanted to wipe out the female altogether. I don't think that worked out, but they're doing a pretty good job on suppressing it. So that's part of one of the reasons why they're suppressed, because females are just going against the agenda, basically. And they're pretty strong, too. It's like, we're not going to take your shit, we're going to kick your ass. And they did. It's like, they're like, whoa, what's this? And we're a bunch of wimps compared to them. So they had to do everything they can to... Now this is part of the story. There's probably more to it than that, but... I mean, a lot of it makes sense. I mean, when you think about it, I know, the whole thing with the male having a baby, even that makes sense in some regard. In some... You gotta really look into it either way. Welcome to the real world. I don't know how many are still hanging out here after I said all that, but... yeah, the truth is a little bit tough to digest. Of course, it's a little bit difficult to prove these things physically. Trust me, if I had one of those around here, I'll be I don't want to show that. But science has lied to us. Science does not have the truth or whatever. They go through the mental. They don't go through the heart. They don't go through spiritualism because they shut it all up and do manipulations through archons and all kind of nonsense that's here. Those that are new to all this, to this channel, the aliens are here. They're all watching it. They're waiting for us to grow up, basically. Waiting for us to become better drivers. You think I'm joking? They're people, but nicer to each other. That's a tall order. Watch less Netflix. Play less video games and connect more with people. Of course, it's a little difficult because some do make money off of that, but either way. It's basically, of course, that's another way of socializing, so nothing wrong with that, but either way. It's like all the answers is within yourself. And you can go out and look out for spaceships all you want. Nothing wrong with that, but realize the answers are within you. The idea is to open ourselves up, to activate ourselves. Yeah, it doesn't really sit well with most in humanity, but the truth is we have our... Now, realize in the past we've been shut off. Where now we're being activated to more to go into the fourth dimension. And of course, I mean, humanity is like, what? Pretty much everything you're seeing on Stranger Things and all this... I don't watch Stranger Things, but... Is, you know, what is it? Pop culture is not doing too well at this moment. What is it called? Game of Thrones. Talking about Middle Earth. You know, with dragons and all that. All of that's real. It's just we're going back to the Middle Ages slowly. Basically, those that are ready for all of this are calling in all the weirdness, basically, in a good way, to help us grow up. As for when these things are going to happen, who knows? Some of us like to happen right now or happen yesterday. Right now would be good, actually. But we're working towards it. As for this thing in Syria, once again, I would not worry about it. Yes, it's not great. But with everyone calling... You know, I can't believe it. How many? I mean, even those in the spiritual community, I'm like, I've seen on Facebook. Oh, it was one person actually. I could not freaking believe it. Right, ready to leave the United States, go to Canada of all places, You think you can be safe there? Yo, it's like all because this thing is serious. Seriously. First off, I thought North Korea was not playing around. That one was a little bit worrisome. That's far worse than. Trust me, if he got what he wanted, I'm not sure if we'd be here right now in good old USA. He was being very serious. He didn't have the power, but I think he was doing a very good job of getting it. But I think that got shut down. It's a little bit difficult to put something like that together. But let me tell you, it was dead serious. And it wasn't going after America itself, it was going after the deep state. So, and all this is, what's going on in Syria is all deep state stuff. It's just, you know, Trump is not doing himself any favors. His past is coming back and haunting him. Trust me, what I kind of got a little bit is like, man, it is so just, I know, it'll make a great TV movie. It might be a whole miniseries of just life with Trump. I mean, just his life, just, yeah. I'm not sure if anybody want to see that. It might be a nice horror movie, but either way, it's what has been leaked out is nothing compared to what he's hiding. Apparently, they found it from what I'm feeling, and it's not pleasant. So I don't think any of it's been leaked out either. It's so it doesn't. It just gonna make him look really bad, and he's trust me, it's a lot worse than what's already been put out there. No surprise there. So either way, so that's why the whole Syria, from what I feel, that's what it has to do with the Syria thing. It was just he just cornered in. He couldn't do anything about it. He didn't want to do that whole strike thing. He did not. There's other. I believe it was a false flag. I know I'm telling all this again, but just for those that are new to all this, and oh well, either way. So yeah, the whole thing with the Syrians came from Syria. I was doing a channeling on that, text channeling that will be out there shortly. I'm not sure how much further I'm going to go with it, but I figure I'll put it out there. You believe it or not, doesn't matter. We're all insane anyway. Doesn't matter. The whole world is got a long ways to wake up. Jeez, it's driving with the parking brake on. It's going like 100 miles an hour. Yeah, so it's not easy being in this world for some of us. Some of us signed up, like myself, as you can see, to help people wake up. I am feeling a little bit better about it. Sometimes it's like, what and was I freaking thinking? Why am I doing this? It's like, but either way. So I just keep cranking it out, and I'm feeling a lot better about it. Basically, just you get attacks, you get this and that stuff you don't really see on the public forum for good reason. And it's stuff that, you know, reptilians and all that nonsense too. They're here, they're having a blast, we don't see them. We grow up, we will see them. It's that simple. They're here, trust me. Okay, don't trust me, whatever, but they're here. Believe it, that's another thing. You can believe whatever you want to believe, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't change the fact that they're here. So, not just them, it's Pleiadians here, of course, it's Reptilian Awareness Month. I've not been doing the best job of going into that, but doing what we can. Anything else? Okay, back to Art Bell. Okay, first off, if you're still here, this is IvanTeller.com. I think so. We have private sessions throughout the week. It's kind of open. Sort of. This is where you see the calendar. You have Google Hangouts, Zoom, and channeling by phone. It's all recorded if you like it to be recorded. We also have a shop. We answer 1 to 10 days, maybe 5 days, 7 days, depending on going as fast as I can. But yeah, it's not quick as I'd like it to be. We also have Spirit Social, same services here, just an alternative site. We also have other healers here. Also, that you might be interested to choose. Also have Patreon here to support the broadcast. We also have the Rabbit here is promoting. I'm a manager of a Rabbit from Outer Space. Basically, he's looking pretty good right there. Actually, this is also the social network, and there's some links I posted, and there's some Art Bell stuff. Really good stuff. Really good stuff. All right, yeah. Thank you guys. I couldn't believe I heard about the whole Art Bell. I almost had just, you know, you're supposed to live forever. Take us with you. This is Jake Comic. Oh yeah, it is available. I just haven't updated it here yet. And you can find Jake here in Adventures, and we have more coming soon, well, in due time. This one's just been launched. I'm still advertising it slightly, so basically we want to know the whistleblower from space. There he is. Thank you for your support. And the insanity, yeah, it's crazy. It's going to get more as people reactivate themselves. People have already been activated for a long time, probably, just I'm a slow learner in it all, but basically it's alien awareness. Basically not here to warn anybody, here to enlighten. Of course, you might not always see that here. I try to be as real as possible. Some in spiritual community are not as real as possible. That's their deal. Okay, Art Bell. I'm not sure if I can actually channel him. That'd be interesting. Sorry, put you all through all of that just to get to this. I think he's doing well. He is traveling. I think he's doing pretty good at this moment. But realize also, for those that are new to all of this, this is, you know, it's all about spirituality, basically, to meditate, or you don't have to meditate all the time, but basically it's just finding peace of mind, peace in the mind, and realize these things that you are feeling and images that you see are there for a reason. To you, it's the spirit world talking to you, basically. And you know, when you die, you go into the spirit world. For atheists, I don't know where they go. They go to, well, they go to the spirit world, but they might just sit around, or it depends on the atheists. If you're James Randi, you might be stuck here for a while as a ghost, but that's his deal. Probably. There's a huckster, that's him, that's for sure. He tells spirituality is a huckster, but he's a huckster also. As part of, I feel like an Archon agenda, he's not going to go anywhere spirit-wise. He's there. They're here to test people. They're here to put a block in front of you and keep you in third dimension. It is up to you to move that block and grow. Many are not. Humanity is still. Humanity can't even drive. I don't know how they're going to open up spiritually, but good luck on them. I definitely am all for them for that, for sure. I know I'm whole big on the driving thing, dude. Florida is not a place. They should just take everybody's cars. Just get rid of them. Or just walk from now on. I'm not sure how well that's going to go, but I think everyone walked in Florida. I think it'll be a better place. Maybe, probably not. So probably Atlanta's probably far worse, but that's alright. It's not always bad. Sometimes it's like, dude, am I gonna die on the road? Like, and nobody's out here, and some people are driving 100 miles an hour to go nowhere. Either way, sorry about that. Well, it is a good example of basically souls are gonna have trouble growing up. Pretty much, at least spiritually growing up. You might be growing up on the outside, but inside, spiritually, you're still, some are still in adolescence. You have chakras, you have spirit guides, you have angels, you have all this. Believe it or not, they're there to assist you. I know I talk about firing guides all the time, but when you get to a certain point, you don't really need them so much. They're there to assist, but you take more control of yourself. Not to say they're in control over you, but they are, you know. When you go to a higher level, I'd say I'm at a higher level, but when you get to a certain point, you become more of yourself that you are on the other side, the spirit world, the astral world. And so that's where you become less guides, less aggravation, because some guides do work through us, and we become shopaholics, and we don't know why. Or foodaholics, or whatever it might be, because sometimes it's our spirit guides doing it, not always, but sometimes they do interfere, not always for our best interest, but they don't, you know, they're figuring it out. So nobody's perfect, even though they're not perfect. They're learning along with we are learning. We're all learning together. It just, we don't see them, but you do feel them when you raise your vibration. So, all right, sorry about the school, but I figure I'll put that out there for those that aren't aware. So, alright, that's for Art Bell. We'll see what comes through. Jeez. I know it just passed over, but I feel him around. I did get a slight message from him, but we'll see what comes through. I'm not sure if I remember what comes through, but alright. And we'll connect to other things after this too. This will just be a short moment. Alright, blessings, and here we go. Greetings, this is Artville. Most probably won't believe this, but that is fine. It is clear skies where I am. I am in a place of harmony, bliss. I am where I want to be in life. I do miss those that I have left behind, but I am in a new adventure. A place that I have known very well. Of course, I forgot in my time. But forgetting was the best thing that ever happened to me. Because we are all here to rediscover. And you'd be amazed how much we do not know. Because here I see it all. And even here, even when I see it, I don't always believe it. But I am told it is real. Aliens, angels, spiritual beings. But my message to your humanity is you are not to know, but then to know, as your souls are reconnecting to yourselves. You are, all I have to do about leaving heaven and reconnecting to heaven. That is what life's about. Of course, it is you to pack in everything you can when you are here, to add to as much as you can experiences. Whatever it might be, good or false, positive or false, whatever it might be. As you're there to just flood yourself with information. So when you leave here, it's like you're almost bloated with information. You don't always necessarily have to believe everything or know everything. It is the adventure of from birth to death, basically. How you make it is up to you, because they leave it up to you. You can make it wonderful, you can make it terrible. Even in situations that you're not too interested in. Because many do live a boring life. Well, it is for you to make it more interesting. And that's the fun of it all. Of course, when you're living that, it's a whole different program. As for my life, I don't want to go into who I am at this time, my details of who I am, but my message is just to have fun with your life. Add some spark to it. Whatever it might be, because that is what it's all about. If you want to be angry most of your lives, most are, well, not most, but a good portion, confused, angry that you're not. Many do come into this world mad because they don't have all the knowledge, because you just left when you had everything, you knew everything, and you come here and it's like, I don't remember anything. And many are actually depressed their whole lives because they can't remember what they used to remember. That is the impression of the spirit world is on you, which is incredible how they can infect so many. As you leave the spirit realms, come into this world, many are in like an actual shock throughout their entire life of who am I? Because you knew who you were there, but here you're creating a whole new identity. And that does not go so well for everyone. Because your identity is in spirit, is in astral, it's on other worlds, your universes. You come into this world, it's all gone, it's all erased. So it's like you're recreating yourself. It's like you're just reinventing yourself. And that's why so many have incarnations here. Because it's like, well, I got that way wrong, didn't I? So you come in again and again and again to reach a goal. Now this goal is buried within your you can say your chakras. It's within yourself. It's buried within you deep. So it's not there to be found. It's for you to discover it through your life. Basically, what you are living is what your mission is. But it's what you're doing with it is really your place here. It's what you are doing with your time. Not to say you have to make an adventurous life, not at all. The idea is what you are making of that moment. You can do nothing, you can do everything. It doesn't really matter, really. Because it's like, there's no really right or wrong. You're in a situation. Everyone, the spirit world is all around you seeing what you're doing. And they're just fascinated by what you're doing. It's like, wow, you have $1 million and you're just sitting there staring at the wall. That is unbelievable. We never thought you'd do that. We thought you would be blowing it on or whatever it is. You're just standing there looking at yourself. So like, the most miserable human in the world is rich. And we're just flabbergasted by that. Well, they're not like that, but you understand. So look at it. It's a whole nother way of looking at the world. And me on the spirit world is basically, I'm coming as a communicator from now the spirit world. So now I am connecting to the human radio to speak to you. I can speak to others. I will sound different with everyone. So I'll go into more details of my personal life. Doesn't really matter. Basically, I'm broadcasting from the other side now. I was broadcasting from Earth, and now I'm on the other side. Yes, I am a two-trick pony, or I'm a trick pony. God, that's terrible. But I'm not necessarily supposed to sound the way I was, because I'm not the way I was. I'm totally different now. But I have been, without going into full detail of my spiritual direction, where I am, basically, I am in a place of bliss. And I was preparing for this very months before my passing, but I did feel I was coming over to the other side, but it really was not very clear to it. But realize, now on the other side, I'm here to turn your knob up, your frequency, that you are what you came here to be. Not everyone's here to be at the same frequency, the same knowledge. It doesn't really matter. What matters is that you are at a time of happiness. That's really what matters, because not everyone's going to agree with each other. It's never the intention. You were never supposed to agree with it. It's how you make of it, how you make of this situation. Do you make it, you want to feel sorry for yourself, you want to make it joy, you want to go see a movie. It's like, I'm really bored with my life, but I'm going to go entertain myself. It's like, I'm at a job I don't really care much for, I'm going to go and do something, at least to liven it up a little bit. But some don't do that. Some go into depression and stay there. And so that is, the spirit world is there as an assistant, but they don't interfere when they feel like, if they're going to, they don't want to depress you, basically. Basically, if you're feeling terrible, they're not there to just say, get up, loser, or anything like that. They're there to give you solutions by your talking to you through your thoughts, but not to give you too many thoughts. Just to be very gradual. You realize you're not feeling well, we'll just leave you be. But we also want to put this, that there are people here for you, of course, in your life. Basically, maybe we want to call your mother or your friend, and some do and some don't. It's up to you. You have the choice. So it is a kind of a complicated situation, but not entirely. So my life here, yes, is to discover that on your planet, to discover the alien route, but not just that, all mysteries of the world. And even I was not fully on board on everything. but I was never intended to be, because I am an audience member too. I am not here to, because I'm not here to force anyone into thinking this is true, that is true. I am still the skeptic, but also a slight believer. But I am on the train of the audience, basically, of let's let everyone talk instead of, oh, this is true, that's not true, and just push buttons on everybody. That's not nice. That's not the way it's supposed to be, because some would be like that. If I had all the knowledge, if I said, oh yes, aliens are real, and this is real, and that's real, oh, you're not real, you're not, and that would be no fun. Because the idea is for the soul to make the decision. You all, everyone, to make your own decision. And of course, I did not make everything public of what I thought, but yes, in some ways I was terrified of what was truly here, because I did not understand it all, but I do know my life was definitely threatened a few times, without going into detail. Not important at this time. So I'll leave you with a few thoughts of just live your life the best you can, but realize there are wonders here that are worth exploring, because you might just find yourself. You might even see yourself as an alien being. Your alien self might just appear right in front of you and just say hello. That is where your world is going. Believe me, the sprinkler system has been turned on. We're all feeling a little bit different now. It's like the spirit world is raining on your society, but not too much. Just a few drops. Sometimes it's raining heavy, and some days it's very dry. Just letting you get used to the new format of your planet. And I was very much played a big role, as you can see. So me crossing over, understand, I was preparing for my death months in advance. Not fully knowing it, but yes and no knowing it. Kind of just back and forth, back and forth. And so that's why I can be here now, because I was planning to be here. And other places, not just here. This is one of my stops. So alright. Nice. I think what he gave me came through here. It was basically what I got from him earlier was know your own truth. Everybody has their own truth. Doesn't matter. Whatever it is. As long as you know what you want or your truth, nothing else matters. And some might interfere with it, whatever. Just that's their point. You know, this is not right. Especially religion. Religion is the ultimate test. Here, no, he's not. Well, either way. Religion's the ultimate test, basically. Religion was like a mind, and the ultimate mind control here, to just basically kind of like connect us to like the lower astrals or whatever you want to call it, because it was fear-based usually, especially with the Mormon or all of religion, but Mormons plays a big part. They're very connected to Illuminati. The Masons are very connected to Illuminati. Everything is pretty much connected to it. But either way, but there's also truth within religions that is scattered through it. It's not all just, even Scientology has truth in it. So it's not all just it's just shattered mind control, but there are pieces of realness there, and that's the test. Even with like Scientology, because that one's the alien stuff. That's like getting in. I don't know about anything else, but the alien stuff, of course, the whole Xena thing is okay, whatever. But still, like, I think our what's his face connected to trees and talk to a tree, which you don't see many religions do. Which is, you can do that. Of course, you're seen as a crazy person, but you can do that. All of nature has consciousness, and we are all connected to consciousness. And animals are here to teach us to become more spiritual. And basically, they sleep all day, they just chill out, because we need to chill out. We're not chilling out, we're all crazy, right? For the most part, we get the roads. But we're figuring all that out. There's mass manipulation here, but it's all slowly being removed. We have to remove it within ourselves. It just takes time. As I keep saying over and over, it takes time. We are finding our... Now, I put in the thing of the matrix, basically. Basically, finding your own truth breaks down the matrix as you raise your vibration. Things will change. You just go with the flow of yourself. You can have goals, expectations. There's nothing wrong with that. But the idea is just exploring your spiritual talents if you wish to do so. I can't speak for everybody. What is it that interests you to open yourself up more? Usually through spiritual, I don't know. For me, it's just channeling, doing the channel, because I'm here for that. But others do healing, whatever it is, because we are going into more of a, well, basically the idea is to, yeah, just be yourself, basically. Open up when is having an open mind. Let's put it that way. And it'll all come down to when you're ready to hear it or connect to it. Is that we're just an open mind. Just screw it. Just be open, and there's a lot of weirdness out there. Trust me. If we're not here by ourselves, just thinking here that we're on a planet by ourselves is ridiculous. There's throughout history, obviously, there's a lot of alien stuff, ancient aliens and all of that, and it's very real. A lot of stuff's been destroyed and lost. Egypt is not exactly the safest place in the world, but that's a place that's, you want to Illuminati hang out, that's one of them. Mecca is there's probably others. As we raise our vibrations, most likely we'll start to see these Illuminati energies. That's what, the only thing, but those that are awakened, the only thing is the paranoia. When I see the paranoia, it's like, it's just like, oh, like World War III. Come on, I mean, it was just an airstrike. I mean, I know it's not great with, I'm going back to that, of Syria. I know it wasn't great, it's not wonderful, just an airstrike. It's, it's not World War III, and it's just ridiculous. It's like, when you put that World War III stuff out there, I mean, technically it's happening here, now. You can say humanity had a nuclear explosion all through it. It's called our lives. So, now we have to fix our lives. And there's what is his name? Spiritual, I forget, Totally something. I forget his name. I mean, he's helping a lot of people. I forget his full name, but it's not Alex or Crowley. It's totally somebody. Anyway, he's a popular one. Oh, he was on Oprah and all that. That's like a world piece of where we're going. It's like getting your mind out of the gutter, basically. I think it is. I forget his name. It doesn't matter. But the idea of here is just we're doing like a 180 out of all of this. Basically, aliens are here just waiting for us to grow up once again. I'm going into that. And they're not here to destroy us. They are here to do that. But they're already here. It's called our lives, basically. We're here to fix our lives, fix our world. But first, we have to fix ourselves. And the world will come later. We just got to get our minds out of the gutter, and that's not easy. That's basically it. That's just get our minds, realize there's beings here, there's insects, insectoids that are very large here, there's cat people here, humanoid cat people, and most of humanity is going to be laughing, and it's like, laugh all you want, humanity, way it acts is like it's still in kindergarten for the most part. It's still not ready to. Not say it's a bad thing. It's just that laugh all you want, you just can't digest the truth. When you start become ready of this stuff, it at least spiritually it opens, and eventually you'll see it through your third eye, and eventually we'll start to see it physically. So I'm one of those that feels the Earth's energies. Basically, I'm like Art Bell in a lot of ways. Came here like everybody else. So I wasn't awakened as a young age, or I definitely did not fit in this world. But I was basically waiting to be awakened. I've been awakened 3 years ago. I guess others, I don't know. It's part of the plan. So here we are. And we're here to basically turn the way of the mind, how the mind thinks. Eventually, I don't know if the mainstream media will change. They become nicer over time. If it does not go away, I think it'll become friendlier over time. And that's the idea. Less Illuminati controlled. Yes, the main goal here is to heal local news first. Because they're all talking about the same weather over and over again, or they have the same scripts, don't they? It's like, heal local news, the world will be a better place. It's a joke. I haven't watched local news in like 10 years, probably longer than that. But yeah, we're basically going to more self-discovery, and that's another thing about the media, which is funny. It's funny, like with Congress grilling Facebook. Congress uses Facebook to spy on people, but yet the mainstream media, if they're here to debunk spirituality, mainstream media is all Illuminati controlled, so of course they're not going to believe in any of this stuff. They're all freaking in lockdown, on their mind controlling the masses. Of course they're not going to open up to any of it. That'll be the end of their show. That'll be the end of their reign. That's your Babylon. That's your current Babylon, is mainstream media, you can say. At least they're running the mind control. That's the new God. Well, actually, the God is money, actually. However you want to look at it. But yeah, the truth is stranger than fiction. And it is seen in our movies here and there. But I believe also the movies will transition to more of an alien point of view. Now, the comics is one point of view of it. Also, yeah, I got to download. I don't know where this came from. I was going to put it in the title, but yeah, screw it. Batman, probably people know who Batman is. He's on movies and wears dressed up like a bat and all that nonsense. If you don't know who he is, so that's probably a good thing. Batman, because that's always kind of, I never really looked into it that clearly. This is my take on it. He is from another world. Another version of Earth. Superman 2 is on another version of Earth, which would be pretty interesting to see, though. I mean, to actually see it. But there's other world. There's a multi. It's also, comics introduced us to the multiverse, which is real, and so it's for us to digest all of that. So you realize also, does it feel like in some ways life is kind of stopped in some regard? In some ways, does it feel like it's not really going anywhere? I mean, it is, but it isn't. It's like we don't have any major event. Okay, we have the Syria thing, but nothing really. You have stuff, local festivals in your area or whatever. We're kind of in a place where you don't have any huge wars because you got the Syria thing, blah blah blah. But for most things, life is pretty dull, right? It's dull for a reason, for us to go within, give us time to hear ourselves. Our true selves. It's another reason why things are. We don't have any major events in the world. Not really. Not really. We don't have a world war or whatever. Either way, we don't. It's because we're going to more of a self-discovery phase. And okay, to go back to the Batman thing, is what I got was like, if you're aware of Archons, he basically broke out of Archon control, because I felt Archons all around him. I thought he was an Archon, but in some ways he might be in some regard. If you're a weaker one, but he broke out of Archon control. But also, he has like the Joker and his villains. I saw like the Joker is Batman, another version of him, which is like a mind. It's like, what the fuck? And even the villains are probably other versions of him too. It's like a war with yourself. So it's something to think about. It's different. I'm not sure if it has any influence on anybody, but the comics are there to show us of the multiverse. Marvel's come out with a movie about Thanos, which is like an Archon being, basically, to destroy Earth. So they're waking us up in a weird way, but either way, it's the outside world speaking to us, and we tell the world what we want to hear, also through our consciousness. Obviously, the Batman stuff has not gone so well, maybe because we got enough of that. We don't need it anymore. Now we need more of the galactic stuff, and that's why the Marvel stuff's doing a little bit better. As for Thanos, that's coming at the end of the month. Thanos, I'm not sure if I'm even bothered seeing it. I've seen enough through trailers. But, it's just here to wake us up, basically. Those things live in other worlds, probably. That's another reason why souls came to this world, to get away from all that alien stuff. Because that alien stuff it's too much. A lot of souls come here to have the amnesia. In spirit, you don't really, I guess you can get it there, I guess, but it's still not the same. You come into this world, you just become a farmer or whatever, and that's it. Work at McDonald's or whatever. You don't have to worry about any aliens coming to destroy us or anything like that. You just, whatever you create in your head, but you just come here and just live a simple life. You don't have to deal with it. So a lot of souls came here just to get away from the aliens. So that's another reason why some are having difficulties connecting to it. It's like, especially when you deal with archons and trying to take your soul and all that stuff. Of course, they're doing that here. We just don't see it. So it's just a whole nother battle, basically. I imagine there are places where you can go where there are no aliens and just chill and just mind your own business and just have a simple, whatever it is, probably on Bashar World somewhere, but most likely. But here at least you can get something. I mean, you can come live a simple life and learn a good deal, even if you are, like a farmer or something like that. Of course, it depends on what it is, because sometimes being a farmer is not so simple either. But either way, we do learn a lot here. Oh, that was another thing I got. Having a soul on this world is like we're at the gym. We are here pumping ourselves up. It's like in the Santa song, right? It's like our bodies might be all falling apart and all that, but our souls are like, we're always on the treadmill. We're always working. We're always, well, some of us are, at least. I think a good portion of us are. We're on a spiritual, we're at a spiritual gym, basically. So it's not just our intensity. This world, there's a lot more that we're not picking up on, that we're like our passions, and we're very passionate, we have a crazy personality, we're just passionate, we're just whatever it is. There's a lot more that they're not telling us that we don't really need to know at this time. So we're going through like spiritual Olympics when we come into this world, and that's another reason, so alright, well, I've had enough of that. Welcome to the I might do a little bit, go into more of the Matrix stuff, but that was kind of the Matrix. I have to name this stuff something when I do live streams. I don't know what to call it after time. So that was a neat, our Bill stuff. I remember some of it at least, but either way, it's still here. So you might be coming around again, which would be great. So, all right. That's it. Have a great night, everybody. I'll be back here tomorrow, and stay safe. Much love.